Okay, now we are gonna do consonants. Consonants. Okay, let me count how many consonants there are. Ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, cha, cha, ja, jha, nya, ta, tha, da, dha, na, ta, tha, da, dha, na. That's 20. Pa, pa, ba, bha, ma, 25. Ja, ra, la, ba, 25 plus 4, 29. Yeah, 29. Sha, sha, sa, ha, which makes it 33. I think there are 33. No, wait, 35. There are 35 letters, I think, if you consider raw and raw as well. So let's start with ka barbo, which starts with ka. Ka. It makes the k sound. Ka. Then ka. Ka. Now this particular letter may be a bit difficult for English speakers because you guys don't have that aspirated sound. Ka. Just try to differentiate ka, ka, ka. Like, try to make it breathing. Ka, ka. Next, we have ga, ka, ka, ga, ga. Makes the g sound. Ka, ka, ga, gha, gha. Again, the aspirated sound. Gha, ka, ka, ga, gha, and nga. Some people pronounce it as unga, unga, or unga. It makes the ng sound. Ng is like when you pronounce the word English, the ng sound, English. So that's the ng sound. Unga or nga, ka, 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 ga, ga, nga. Then we have cha, cha, and I'm going to denote it with the letter C. Cha. It's pronounced just like in cheese or cheap or what else? Chubby. So this is cha. And note that we pronounce all these letters with the O sound. So this becomes ka, this becomes ka, this becomes ga, and so on. So this is cha. After cha, we have cha, just like cha, but then you add this 2 here. Cha, cha, and I'll denote it with ch. Cha, cha, cha. And then jaw, you write it like this. Make the oo kind of, you remember from the vowels, oo. Make that kind of a sign and then add like this. This becomes jaw, jaw, or borgeo jaw. You don't need to bother about all that, just pronounce it as jaw. And then we have jaw. Please don't mix it with re. They both look alike, but then you have this particular thing here, which it doesn't have. So this is jaw, jaw, chaw, jaw, jaw, and nyo. Just like A, but you have this sign here. This is nyo. And if you are acquainted with the Spanish language, then you will know the sound. It's pronounced like ny, nyo, kind of like nyo, but it's not a dental N. More like, it's hard to explain. Just try to imitate the sound. Nyo, nyo, nyo. Chaw, chaw, jaw, chaw, nyo. And to make it easier, you should know that all these sounds have something in common, like they're pronounced in the same part of the mouth. So chaw, chaw, jaw, chaw, nyo. Gaw, caw, gaw, gaw, ngaw. Alright. Next we have taw, 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 daw, daw. Again, don't confuse it with jaw or oo. It doesn't have that thing or this one here, so it's daw. Taw, taw, daw, daw. Another confusing letter, but it doesn't have the we call it jutun. It doesn't have the antenna thing. So this is daw, 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 taw, daw, daw. And it's kind of like the English T, but much harder. If you have heard an Indian speak English, you'll know that accent, the hard T's and D's. So this is what forces them to speak that way, this particular group of letters. Taw, taw, daw, daw, no, no. Taw, taw, daw, daw, no. And for my Hindi speaking listeners, please don't pronounce it as no, or the way you guys pronounce this hard N. We don't make it that hard. It's just like it's pronounced in the same part of the mouth, but you don't have the sound. It's no. Taw, taw, daw, daw, no. Then paw. Oh, oops. Paw. Paw. It's written like this. Oops. Again, oops. Paw. Paw. And then paw. It looks like caw, don't confuse it with that. This is paw. 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 This is also aspirated. All these letters are aspirated. You have to make them sound a bit breathy. Paw, paw, baw. The b sound. Baw. 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 Maw. Maw. So let's revise. Caw, caw, gaw, gaw, ngaw, chaw, chaw, jaw, chaw, nyaw, taw, taw, daw, daw, naw, paw, paw, baw, paw, maw. and I would suggest you guys to write it in a notebook or a piece of paper so that you'll get a hang of writing it. Wait, there are some more. It's not yet done. I'll have to erase these. Okay. So next we have jaw. Jaw. And jaw is pronounced just the same way as this jaw. This is Borgio jaw, this is Ontosto jaw. Jaw, jaw. But some people pronounce it a bit differently. This one is a bit harder, as in you're supposed to curl your tongue upwards while pronouncing the ja, because this ja sound actually came from the Sanskrit ya sound. So it evolved from ya to ja. So yeah, we have two ja sounds in Bengali. You can pronounce it the same way, or you can pronounce it a bit harder, like jaw, jaw. So that is why I'm writing it as ZH for the jaw sound. Don't pronounce it as zaw, although some people in Eastern Bengal do pronounce these letters as zaw, but that's not how standard Bengali is pronounced. In standard Bengali, both are jaw, or you can pronounce it as jaw, 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 jaw. Next, we have raw, raw. And this is not like your English R. It's not R, but raw. It's a harder R, raw. As in rough. English letter rough, although that is also kind of like the other R, but I don't know. I don't have any other example. Like, you're supposed to pronounce it properly, the R. It's not R, but not R, but raw. R, r, if that makes sense. You're supposed to touch the tongue to the palate. Raw. Then we have law, which is quite simple. Law. Jaw, raw, law, baw. And I know we have already done a baw here, but yeah, you can have another baw here, or you can just ignore this one. It's the same baw. So jaw, raw, law, and actually this baw has evolved from the Sanskrit va sound. From va it became baw. So we again have two ba sounds which are pronounced exactly the same, and that is why we usually don't write one of them. So it is jaw, raw, law, shaw, shaw. I'm going to denote it like this. The shaw is the same as English SH, shaw. And then we have shaw, mudhanna shaw. This is called talobbo shaw. Talobbo shaw. Talobbo shaw. This is mudhanna shaw. Murthanna means it denotes a part of the mouth, I think the palate. So you're supposed to curl your tongue upwards while pronouncing this shaw. And I'm going to denote it like this. Oops, I write all. So this is shaw. This is shaw. This is shaw. Try to hear the difference. Shaw, 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 shaw. I know they sound quite similar, and that is why some people just pronounce it the same way, but the correct pronunciation is for the tongue to be curled upwards while pronouncing Montana shaw. So this is shaw, shaw, and this is shaw, shaw, shaw. Next, very simple, donto saw, donto saw. Donto means dental, which means that you're supposed to, I don't know, just pronounce it as a simple S saw. Although many West Bengalis will pronounce this as SH, shaw, the same way as these letters are pronounced. So it's really a mess. But I would suggest you to pronounce them all differently, because I believe that is the correct pronunciation. This is shaw, this is shaw, this is saw. And it's written like this. My handwriting sucks. Like this. Saw makes the S sound, S sound. This makes sh, this makes shaw sound, and this makes saw sound. Shaw, shaw, saw. Talukbo shaw, murdhanno shaw, donto saw. And last but not the least, haw. It looks almost like E, but it doesn't have that thing here. So it's haw. It makes the H sound, haw. Just erase the, wait. Yeah, so that was all for consonants. Let's revise. Ka, repeat after me. Ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, cha, cha, ja, jha, nya, ta, tha, da, dha, na, pa, pha, ba, bha, ma, ja, ra, la, sha, sha, sa, ha. That's all.